Alright guys, this video I'm going to show you a really cool technique you can use in V-Ray and probably most renderers that will save your render, that will really improve the design of your render. So here I've got this little object that I imported from Plasticity. I just imported a few pieces here just to show you. But I went ahead and create this material here. It's a basic V-Ray material here. I got a little bit of a gray for the diffuse color. We got a little bit of reflection. We got a 0.6 glossiness. And we're going to go ahead and apply that. Alright, and I've also just got a V-Ray HDRI. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Alright guys, so as you're noticing, you don't get the highlights on the edges. Now see guys, just to reiterate, when you're creating something here in a CAD program, I recommend doing large design fillets. So you can do things like this guys that change your design, but I don't recommend doing these small fillets like here for several reasons. Number one, they greatly slow down the program. Number two, they're just very intensive to just have to go over here. I mean, imagine having to do every single edge here. And it also makes them difficult to manipulate things. So for example, if I select this and press D, we get fast manipulation. Or for example, G or something like that. But if I have all these little fillets here, then you're noticing, number one, a lot of the edits don't even work anymore. Because those small fillets kind of mess up a lot of things here. And it just becomes a lot slower, guys. And especially if you've got hundreds and thousands of these, it can be a problem. So you can see right here, for example, I do have some objects that have been filleted. For example, right here, because this is a design fillet. It drastically changes the shape of the object. You know, if it was like this, it wouldn't be the same. So those are important, but what you should not do is these little small ones right here. I mean, you can do them, obviously you can, but for what I'm about to show you here, I'm going to show you why you don't have to do it. Alright, so how do we get a good render, guys? Well, if we go back here, you're noticing how it looks very strange here. So here's what you do, guys. At least this is how I do it in V-Ray, and other programs have their own little application. Go ahead and right-click Maps, V-Ray, V-Ray, Edges Texture. Alright? Now you plug this into Bump. And you have rounded corners right here. Let's try one. Let's re-render. Actually, before that, guys, I'll go ahead and unplug it. I'm going to save the render from the previous result. And I'll get back to you once that's done. Alright guys, this is also too much, so you will have to change it depending on the size and what kind of chamfers you want. So let's do, for example, 0.3. Let's re-render. Alright guys, I'm going to give it a few seconds just to clear things up a bit. Alright guys, let's compare. So, one thing you'll notice is that with the previous result here, notice how some details are just kind of very strange. Like, I'm not even sure what's happening here. You can't really tell how this is supposed to go. It looks like an abstract cutaway here, right? And so, a lot of things look really bad here. But guys, look at how much better it looks with the render time chamfer, or fillet. Notice we can actually tell what the shape is supposed to be now, as opposed to this. So, thank you guys for noticing that definitely having highlights here makes a huge difference, and definitely you want to go ahead and do this. I mean, look how everything looks much nicer here. And everything just looks much more well defined like it should. So guys, you don't want to skimp on those highlights. Very important part of rendering and making things look presentable. That's what you do, guys. So you go ahead and you don't have to microfill everything. You can just go ahead and do that at render time. Now, another thing you can do, guys, you can also, if you're working with booleans and you want to go ahead and add things together without having to boolean them, here's what you do. For example, let's say I have this. Alright. So guys, we have several kind of objects sticking out here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and apply the same material here. And we're going to go ahead and render this out. You're going to notice, even though we are getting the render chamfer happening here, it's not happening between the several objects here, right? So it's happening right here, but it's not happening right there. Well, all we gotta do, guys, is change a single option right here, which is this one right here. Same object only. Let's turn that off. Let's kick this up a little bit. Let's re-render. You guys are now noticing that we are getting that nice chamfer fillet even and different objects, guys. Look at this. You can now get this effect of having unioned objects without actually doing it. So you can just have them floating right here. A very powerful feature, guys. Alright, but let's say you want to have both this and scratches. So I've got this material here, this texture. It's just an imperfections, just some random scratches and things. We're going to put this into the bump so you can see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and render that. Let me just go ahead and decrease this a bit. Actually, let's also UW map box. Alright guys, if you zoom in, you notice we have the scratches happening right here. So, how do we have both the rendered chamfer and the scratches? Well, we can use a composite material. Composite map, I should say. We'll plug this into, let's say, layer 1. And this goes into layer 2. And that goes into bump. You're now noticing we have scratches as well as the render chamfer, render fillet between all objects. So guys, make good use of this, especially working with CAD. So guys, you won't have to go in here and micro fill everything here. It can be very time intensive, very complex. All you can do is just export this, and your audience won't even know that's not actually filleted. You'll be able to save a lot of headaches. You'll still get to keep the very fast, efficient editing here, because this really slows down, guys, if you're microfill everything. So like if it's, let's say I select all this. And microfill this. Right now I select this and I try and move that. Notice it's just a much slower and much buggier process. Whereas now, much more powerful, much faster. Alright guys, thank you for watching and take care.